Hey y'all, what's up? It's Loren LoRosa here talking about my guys over at Top Dog Law. Now you've heard the name, you've seen them around, and if you've ever been in a car accident, slip and fall, or even a worksite injury, you already know the move. Top Dog Law is where you call to get every dollar you deserve. Don't settle for nothing small because nothing should be small this season. Top Dog fights for real results, big cases, big wins, and you don't have to pay them a dime unless they win for you. It's a free consultation, no pressure, just real talk about what your case could be worth. Call now or check them out on Instagram at Top Dog Law or hit up topdoglaw.com. Let the top dogs handle it. Now, let's get back to the show.
Alrighty, so we've been talking about BET and them suspending the Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards. So Fat Joe has his show, Joe and Jada with Jadakiss, and you know he's hosted the awards for BET. He's done it 3 years in a row. So he commented on what he thinks is actually going on over there and why this happened. Let's take a listen to Fat Joe.
BET, this is a form of gentrification what's going on right now. So BET came up as a community station for black people. Bob Johnson took the check. He sold it, first black billionaire, whatever the case may be. He sold it to Viacom Paramount. Little by little over the years, quietly, they've been firing a lot of people behind the scenes in BET, and everybody who has something to say, they've been firing them and this and this and that. The budget, not for me, but the budget just getting chopped and chopped and chopped. And last year, I debuted my single with Khaled in the VMAs, and Katy Perry's still flying through the air. They still blowing out of the cannons. They still got the budgets. And so in the entertainment world, this was like a form of gentrification. They kept underfunding them, and you ain't got no money to be creative.
Yeah, so that's his take on it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Joe makes some great points. I mean, the budget kept getting smaller and smaller because the way people was consuming content was different. And I don't know if BET adjusted fast enough. And, you know, when you don't adjust fast enough and people start going to other places for content, then your viewing audience gets smaller. So then when you want to start doing, when you want to do those big award shows like the BET Hip Hop Awards and the Soul Train Awards and everything else, the viewing audience ain't there. The sponsorship money ain't there. Yeah. And so now you don't have either one.
Well, that's the main reason, I'm sure. Like, the budgets get smaller because there's no sponsorship dollars because people are not watching it. So if they can't pay for it, they're not gonna give those big budgets like before.
Yeah, in
Simple as that.
And Fat Joe says, honestly, I know that they're saying, you know, the BET Awards are going to be fine, and even though the ratings and all the things, but Fat Joe says if there's one misstep with the BET Awards, that could be next too, because if that is happening, it's happening across the board. BET doesn't have room to slip. Unfortunately, they don't. So, you know, he's just putting that out there.
Yeah, one misstep is simply one big sponsor, literally one big sponsor saying we not interested this year, literally, and that'll be it.
100%. Well, speaking of live shows or lack thereof, yesterday Diddy's team talked about him wanting to do something at MSG when he comes home, whenever that is. Well, man, they are butchering Diddy's wait to sit and sing, because now they went and did press following that to try and clean it up and clarify what they meant or didn't mean. Let's take a listen to Mark Agnifilo, Diddy's attorney, on Madison Square Garden.
While he did say to me that he hopes one day his fortune would take him maybe back to Madison Square Garden, I think that is, if ever, years down the road. And that is not in his immediate conception. That is something, quite frankly, I hope for him. He's working very hard in jail. I think he is spending a lot of time thinking about aspects of himself that caused him to be there. I think he's someone who's very conscious of the fact that he has these, you know, tremendous blessings in his life, but he also has imperfections, as we all do. And I think he's really spent a lot of time thinking about that. And you know, the word that I used and, you know, been using, and I want to use it now, is redemption. And redemption is earned. Redemption is not given. And I think he has done the hard work to earn redemption.
If I'm Diddy, I'm just like, shut up!
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no reason to talk. I haven't got sentenced yet. You shouldn't be doing interviews. Don't talk about me being at Madison Square Garden, the Apollo, at the fried chicken spot. Don't talk about nothing. Just say, hey, we'll see when he gets sentenced. Wow, like,
Yeah. Well, in addition to that, remember there was a conversation that Nicole Westmoreland had.
And he screamed like he was at a freak off just now. Like, why'd you scream like that, bro? Like, what was that?
It's just
That's what I like that. Remember that clip? Get up.
it's just frustrating. Like it's you talk and you sound horrible. And then you try to talk again to fix yourself from the horrible thing that you sound, and you make it worse. It's just like
Well, the pardon conversation is looking pretty crazy too, because now Nicole West, who said that they were having conversations with Trump, had to go back and clarify what she meant as well on the same day that Mark did. Let's take a listen to Nicole.
So I saw you on CNN yesterday saying that there had been conversations with the Trump administration. Are you able to say who those conversations were with?
No. I'm not in the weeds on that to that extent. I'm part of the trial team, and right now we're laser focused on preparing for October 3rd.
But he did make a point of saying that he was aware that despite their previous friendship, that Sean Combs had said some pretty negative things about Trump. You know, if you're Donald Trump, why, if you reread those comments, should you contemplate a potential pardon?
Because you want to do what's right and what's fair, and you're not going to let anything cloud those decision makings.
I would say from your response that you are quite hopeful that he will get pardoned by Donald Trump.
I think being pardoned would be the right thing to do, so we're hopeful.
Completely different. It really makes them look crazy. I don't know what's happening over there, but man, it ain't looking good whatsoever right now at all. Yes. Well, in other news, in other live show news, Offset was on Carmelo Anthony's show, 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, and he talked about a plethora of things. So they did talk about that BET Awards reunion that we saw him and Quavo do in honor of Takeoff. But first, he talked about the group itself and the fact that he never wanted the group to even break up. Let's take a listen to that.
What was your 7 p.m. moment?
We're going solo. Mm-hmm. That was the big fork, because it was like I just wanted more for myself as an artist. You know what I mean? It wasn't never on no, like, I feel like I'm better or bigger than none of that. It's just I wanted more for myself as an artist, and I felt like the business of that corporation, of that situation, wasn't allowing it to be a better situation, business-wise. And, like, I got kids and shit, like, and a lot of cats be trying to get their shit done when it's too late.
Right.
You feel me? Like, the business-wise, and, like, I got kids and shit, like, and a lot of cats be trying to get their done when it's too late.
It doubled. But yeah, so basically when all of that happened, I don't know if you guys remember when it was not even announced, but when we started seeing the Migos kind of break apart and Takeoff and Quavo were doing interviews and Offset was out of it, it made it seem like, you know, Offset was the issue and that's why they weren't continuing. So I thought that it was such a good thing to hear him say, like, he wanted it to continue. It was just a business thing. And I don't think people really understood that at the time. Now, he also sat down and talked about, as we close, I know we're wrapping up now, he talked about the loss of Takeoff. And we saw Quavo and Offset reunite at the BET Awards back in 2023 to honor him. And he talked about, you know, just dealing with that and how hard it's been. Let's take a listen.
My brother, man, we took the biggest loss I ever. And, like, people don't understand, like, personally losing a bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't want to continue that. Like, it ain't the same juice, bro. It ain't even if it could be bigger than ever just because of that happened. A lot of niggas ride wave off of bad situations. And, like, because it'll be bigger after. Because you know how people, they give people flowers when bad happen. Or when shit like
especially
that. But with us, like, that shit, like, it's
deeper.
It's like your brother sleeping in one house with your mama and your daddy, and goddamn now, y'all just wake up and it ain't the brother in the house no more.
Yeah.
It don't feel the same. So it didn't even, so once that happened, it was definitely like, oh, shit. That was another 7 p.m. moment, like, because
I can imagine.
I was about to drop an album and shit, and that shit happened, and then I just the album. I ain't want to do music.
Yeah, so he got pretty candid.
I totally understand what he's saying. Like Takeoff passed away. Like, he's no longer here. He died. Like, the fact people wanted them to just keep it moving, like nothing happened, was ridiculous. Like, your whole world stops. Forget the professional aspect. Just personally as a human. Like, you know how traumatic that is?
Yeah. And and obviously it's something that he's going to be dealing with every single day. But I think people don't look at, these celebrities and these superstars as people.
Yeah.
So this interview was really good because he got super candid with the guys over there. And the album that he was talking about is Kiari, which he is coming out with on August 22nd. So he's back and he's trying to do the things to push the album and get it out there.
All right.
Hey, salute to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. Drop on the clues bombs from 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. My guy Cass, Mero, Carmelo Anthony, they do a phenomenal job over there.
That's right. Well, that is the latest with Loren. And you know what, guys? Loren has been lying to us.
What about what?
Because she's in Atlanta, and she said she was in Atlanta doing some podcasting.
Yeah.
Today, I'll be there today, the podcast festival. I'm speaking at 12:45.
Sheen had a grand opening yesterday, and I heard you were at the Sheen grand opening grabbing all those clothes yesterday.
I was not, and I don't need to go to a grand opening at Shein. I just order it online because the clothes be like $3.
Whatever.
So Sheen opened a store?
In Atlanta.
I have no idea.
They said there was like 10,000 people out there trying to buy clothes and wigs and things like that from Sheen.
What? First of all, I didn't even get here till like midnight.
Charlamagne, donkey today. Who you giving your donkey to, sir?
Well, Sheen got the density Brazilian virgin body wave wigs with the bangs for $34.70 too. It's a 47% off sale as well. So I'm sure she scooped up some of those. But today is the people's donkey.
Girl?
You know what I'm saying? Today is the people's donkey. You can call in 1-800-585-1051 and give somebody the credit they deserve for being stupid.
That's right. 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up. Wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?